Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have a video to make about a possible leak that's possibly come out for this, as it's called, the Rey Skywalker. She identifies as a Skywalker. She's not a fucking Skywalker. She's a Palpatine, but she's not a Skywalker. Kind of like Kathleen Kennedy, just a little bit. Anyway, they're making a new movie. It's about the new Jedi Order, where we stole the story that Luke had in the original canon, and even in the Disney canon, where he tried to reboot the Jedi again, started a Jedi Academy. Things went bad when he tried to murder his nephew, and then things were ruined. Now, Rey is going to steal the limelight again, and successfully, I assume, build up the Jedi Academy, or whatever order, if you want to call it that, again. And supposedly, again, there's a leak that supposedly is real. And part of me feels like it's probably real. Just because it sounds exactly like what they would do with a Disney Rey Skywalker movie, because they still want to call her a good guy and a Skywalker. But on the other hand, I kind of feel like towards the end of the synopsis, leak, whatever, that it's probably fake. But there's a lot of interesting things to say about it, and whether it's real or not, and I hope that if it is going to be real, I hope it's good. This is not a video just me trashing it, saying it's going to be a horrible idea. I'm not the biggest Rey fan. As many of you know, the Disney buyout, I think, is one of the worst things to ever happen to Star Wars. I've been saying that forever. I was one of the people who did not hate George Lucas back in the day. Unlike most of the fans who, even though I love Red Letter Media, they went and they embraced their content so much that everyone magically overnight started to hate the prequels and truly think they're awful. Now, I know back in the day there were a lot of adults who didn't like them. A lot of people think Phantom Menace is boring and Attack of the Clones is boring. Then they make excuses for Revenge of the Sith and why they like that. But even so, I love the original 6 movies. I think all of them are really great, really, really good, well-made movies. And I miss George Lucas. But when it comes to the Disney content, I really loved Force Awakens when it came out. Rogue One I still stand by as a really good flick. It's close to being flawless. It's really, really good. And then you had Last Jedi, which took a shit on all of us in 2017. That movie killed Star Wars, it killed Toys R Us, it killed everything. And then you had Solo, wasn't it? Pretty sure Solo. And I hated Solo so much that I think it is, to me, the worst Star Wars film. Yes, it's not something as offensive as Last Jedi, which ruined a lot of things that we all love, but it took Han Solo, it kind of ruined him, but Aaron Aldreich, whatever his name is, Aldenreich, he's really good. I like him in the movie. He's the only thing about the movie I like. Everything else about it I thought was horrible. And then you had the one movie that will precurse this current Rey Skywalker New Jedi Order movie called The Rise of Skywalker. I am the only person on the planet of this movie, or planet that loves this movie, matter of fact. I thought it was really great. It's not perfect, it has a lot of issues, a lot of flaws, dude. Especially the ending and how they treated Kylo Ren towards the end of the movie. But I really love most of this film, and I think, frankly, J.J. Abrams picked up and slapped Rian Johnson a couple of times during this movie, and even playing Lego Skywalker, or Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, just the other week and finally finishing it. This was the best out of the sequels to play on that game. Rise of Skywalker, I think, will eventually have people come around to it. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It just has flaws that could have been avoided. The biggest issues with this movie are things that they have to go with because of Last Jedi's bullshit, and Rian Johnson's bullshit, and Kathleen Kennedy's bullshit. To me, this is the only time that I've ever liked Rey. I think that I like her being a Palpatine. I wish they'd had a lightsaber fight, because they haven't done that for 2 of these movies in the sequel trilogy, which was some bullshit. But, anyway, the synopsis shows up out there, possibly as a real leak. I'm not really sure. But if it's going to be real, I hope that Rey is more in the vein of what she is in that movie. Maybe more of like a grandmother type than anything, rather than like a mom type. There were rumors there for a while that she was going to be a parent in this film and be raising a kid or whatever when some kind of new threat of some sort started. Now, can I just say first and foremost, I hope this new Jedi Order movie will have like an actual Sith in it. Like, not Kylo Ren. I love Kylo Ren. I love Adam Driver. But can we have an actual Sith Lord of some sort? Not some random criminal thug where we don't have a lightsaber fight again. Let's stop getting away from the Force, the Jedi, the Sith, lightsabers. That is what Star Wars is. That's what makes it fun. That's what sets it apart from everything else that's generic sci-fi bullshit that I don't care about usually. Anyway, let me get to the leak after 5-10 minutes of rambling. This is the leak that I found yesterday, and when I read it at work, I literally slapped my face and laughed out loud. because it sounds so much like what they would do, and that's what makes me want to think that it's a troll, but I also don't trust that it's not a troll, that it is probably a real thing. But let me get there. Set roughly 15 years after Rey's victory over Palpatine and the end of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the sequel delves into Rey's courageous endeavor to restore the Jedi Order, where she assumes the role of mentor to two promising young students, so it's probably not going to be a kid. Like her kid, you know, unless she's asexual and she can just use the Force like Shmi Skywalker, even though Shmi wasn't supposedly Force sensitive from what I understand, but maybe she'll just reproduce automatically like a fucking plant. Anyway, a girl and a boy. You want to guess where this is going? I am feeling the twins from the Thrawn trilogy, or from the original canon, Jason and Jada? Is that her name? I haven't read those books, but I know Jason was like what Kylo Ren is a knockoff of, you know, as the one of the twins of Han Solo and Princess Leia. Anyway, Rey's going to assume that the mentor role to two young promising students, a girl and a boy. As their training progresses, it becomes evident the girl possesses extraordinary abilities destined to emerge as a future leader. You have a boy and a girl that you're training to be Jedi, and only the girl has any kind of appeal. So right there you just told me, if this is going to be a new trilogy, which I assume it will be, if this is going to be a new trilogy, you are telling me right there that boy is being set up to fall into the hands of like another Snoke clone or something and become the bad guy. That is what's going to happen, probably. We will see. But why has it always got to be the girl? I mean, I understand that you try to argue that it's always been the boys in Star Wars. It's because it was a boys' property, and it still is. The only people who give a shit about Star Wars right now are very few women, and now very few men, because of how Disney fucked you guys up, and fucked me up so bad. But, I don't hate the idea of this movie. I hate the fact that we keep giving all of Luke Skywalker's original achievements to fucking Rey. Why? Why? Stop doing that. But now if this is a real leak, if this is real, which is why I still feel like at the end of that, with the girl possesses true potential or abilities or whatever, I feel like that is the giveaway that this might just be a troll. But the fact that everybody's reporting on it everywhere, not just like on YouTube channels like Geeks and Gamers, which I watch a lot of, or just anybody, but the fact that this is showing up all over the place is shocking to me, which means it's probably either an intentional leak to try to, you know, garner some interest or something like that. I'm worried about where this is going. I hope the movie's good. I want it to be good. I want Star Wars to be back to form. And again, I don't even hate Daisy Ridley. I don't think she's a great actress by any means. I saw that Orient Express movie. Fucking hell. But it's not just her. It's a matter of... It's the writing, it's the girl power shit that it seems like J.J. Abrams is the only person who could do that well and write Rey well, where she seemed... I liked Rey so much more in Rise because she just seemed like an actual person. She wasn't a fucking rude-ass robot like in Force Awakens or in Last Jedi, and she wasn't a Mary Sue like in Last Jedi and kind of in Force Awakens. I mean, you could argue that she kind of was in this movie too, but at least she had had some training by Leia at this point. She had had obstacle courses she had to run through for training. Maybe not for that long, but neither did Luke. You know, like, so I can accept what I got in this movie, and I think it's a massive improvement over Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and I will always say that as long as I live. And to be fair, I haven't seen the film in like 2 years, but when I watched it when it first came out in the theaters, and then DVD and Blu-ray, whatever, like I watched it a bunch. I love the flick. I thought it was really, really engaging and really fun to enjoy. And I feel like, again, Abrams improved on a lot of shit that I was complaining about, especially after Last Jedi's big fallout. But anyway, what do you think about this possible leak for the new Jedi Order Rey Skywalker movie? Do you think it's going to be any good? Do you think it'll be bad? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Maybe we could do like a... I don't know. I don't want this whole twins going off in their own direction thing. It's too similar to the twins of Han Solo and Leia Organa situation from the original canon, and it's too close to the Kylo Ren thing. I don't want it to be like that. I want us to just have like a story. Have a new Sith Lord of some sort show up with a lightsaber and have them having to face down with that guy. Make them a 3-person team and really make Rey, again, a good grandmotherly mentor type. That needs to work. But the fact that you need to earn that Rey will actually be a good mentor and a character that the audience will like. Otherwise, the way this was announced, it's already dead in the water. It already is. And I don't want it to be, because I like Rey from Rise, but most of the audience, they don't. They do not like her. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know? Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below, Skywalker fans and Star Wars fans. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to go see this movie if it comes out. And I say if. I don't say when. I say if. Because there's so many projects Disney keeps promising constantly with the MCU and Star Wars that literally 3 months down the road are canceled almost every single time. Look at the Rian Johnson trilogy they've been promising for like 5 fucking years. And we all kept saying it wasn't happening. And those shills out there for Last Jedi kept saying it was coming. No, it wasn't. It's not going to happen. Not after the fallout. Anyway, what do you guys think? Thank you for watching. God bless you guys, and goodbye.